Okay, this is Mini Instrument Madness for brass. And so for trumpets, we're going to use just our mouthpiece right here. Please notice on the mouthpiece, I'm holding it using my thumb, okay, and 2 fingers, and I'm holding it way down near the end of the mouthpiece. All right, and that's really important to give you control of the mouthpiece and not hold it up where your mouth is, okay? So way down at the end. All right, I'm going to put my lips together like I'm making an M, and then I'm going to touch the bottom lip first, and then tilt the mouthpiece up until it touches my top lip. Okay, making sure that the first contact needs to be just below the edge of my lip. All right, and then I tilt it up and make them match. I say an M, and then I blow. And that's the first note I get, and that should be a fairly low note on the mouthpiece. And I'm keeping my air steady so that that note stays the same from beginning to end. All right, so that's my low note. And on line 1, we're going to play 4 of those low notes. We're going to hold them out for 4 beats each. So make sure you're getting that sound to stay going for all 4 beats, and then we'll take a 4-beat rest in between. So here is Mini Instrument Madness. This is line 1 for trumpet. 4 low notes. 1, 2, line 1, 2, ready. Rest, 2, 3, breathe. Rest, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and done. Okay, so a couple of things. You noticed that I touched the bottom lip first and tilted up, but then you noticed that I kept the mouthpiece on my face for the whole line. I didn't take my mouthpiece off my face until I was done with the line. Okay, so I was set and I stayed there. We're gonna do line 1 one more time. All 4 low notes. Here we go. 1, 2, this is line number 1. 2, ready. 2, 3, breathe. Rest, 2, 3, breathe. 1, 2, 3. Rest, 2, 3, and done. Okay, now we're gonna look at line number 2. In line number 2, you see there are 4 high notes. Now when I say high, it doesn't matter how high, just a little bit higher than the one we had before. You're gonna do 2 things. You're gonna let your jaw close just a little bit, okay? So maybe think about the difference between when you say ah and when you say e, ah, e. Your jaw closes a little bit, but your teeth shouldn't be together, okay? There should still be some space there. And then the back of your tongue is gonna go up a little bit. So again, if you think about the difference between ah, with your tongue nice and low, and when you say e, and the back of your tongue goes up and touches your back teeth, e. All right, so that's gonna get us a little bit of a higher note. So just try that out. It doesn't have to be much higher than your low note. As long as there's a little bit of difference, you're doing fine. Okay, so here we go. This is line 2, 4 higher notes. 1 and 2, line 2. 2, ready. 2, 3, breathe. 1, 2, 3, breathe. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, and done. Good. All right, one more time. All right, these are your 4 high notes or higher notes on your mini instrument or your mouthpiece. Line 2. 1, 2, line 2, 2, and ready. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3, and done. Good job. Okay, now we're going to move on to line 3. On line 3, you can see we have 2 of the lower notes and 2 of the higher notes. And the difference, I'll say this again, doesn't have to be a big difference, but we just need to hear a little bit. So when we play the lower notes, your tongue's going to be lower in your mouth, your jaw is going to open a little bit more. Okay, when we go up to the higher notes, think about going ah to E, and we're gonna close the jaw just a little bit, and we're gonna raise the back of the tongue just a little bit to touch your top teeth in the back. Okay, E. Good. Line number 3, here we go. Take good breaths here. Make sure your sound is consistent. Make sure it's the same from the beginning of the note all the way to the end. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready. Another low note here, breathe. Now the high note, ready. Keep going. 2, 3, and done. Good. And again, the higher note doesn't have to be a whole lot higher as long as we're making some difference there. I'm sort of making a big difference just so you can tell, but you don't have to get your note as high as mine is. Okay, line 3, one more time. 2 low notes, then 2 high notes. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3, and done. Good. Okay, line 4. It's kind of like line 3, except we're going to do a low note, then a high note, then a low note, then a high note. Okay. Quick reminder, when I'm putting the mouthpiece up to my mouth, I'm touching my bottom lip first and then tilting up so that I get a nice firm, well, you don't want to push on it, but it's a good contact. So I'm not leaking air. There's no air spilling out the sides. Here we go. Line 4. 1, 2, line 4 together, ready. Now the high note, ready. And back to the low note. 2, 3. 2, 3, and done. Good, good, good. Make sure we're keeping that mouthpiece on our face the whole time until we're done with the line. Then we can take the mouthpiece down. Ready? Line 4, one more time. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready. Rest to high note now. Rest, 2, 3. 2 and back up. 2, 3, and done. Good. Now line 5. On line 5, you can see that there's 2 notes there in each group, 2 notes. But what we're really going to try to do is called a slide. We're going to try to slide from the bottom up to the top, all right, and take all 4 beats to get there. So we're not just going to go. We're actually going to try to go nice and slow. And nice and slow work our way up and take all 4 beats to get there. So feel how slowly your jaw is going to close and how slowly your tongue's going to raise in the back to get from that low note to the high note. All right, here we go. Do it with me. Line 5. 1, 2, line 5, 2, ready. And then rest. 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, and 2, 3, and done. Good. Okay, and now we're gonna do line 5 again. All right, and do those nice steady. You can call them uphills. You can call them. Some people call them sirens. Okay, just making sure we're getting that pitch to go up and feeling our teeth close a little bit and the back of our tongue go up. This is line 5. One more time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, and done. Okay, on line 7, we're going to do the opposite. We're going to start with the higher note, and then we're going to open our jaw a little bit and lower our tongue a little bit to get the note to come down. Okay, it's going to sound like this. And again, you can see that there's 2 notes on the line, but we really don't care about either note. We're just going from high to low and making a nice smooth slope. Ready? So this is line 6. 1, 2, line 6 together. Ready? 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3, and done. Good. Let's do line 6 one more time. Okay, starting higher and ending lower. That's all we need to worry about. Don't worry about how high, don't worry about how low, just make sure there's a difference between the two. 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, and ready. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3, and done. Okay, on line 7, now we're going to see that there's 3 notes in each group. We're going to start low, go high, and then come back down. That's the first thing. The second thing is the same. Start low, go high, and come back down. But the third and fourth times, we're going to start high, go low, and then go back up. So here's what I mean. Here's starting low, high, and low again. Think about it like a rainbow. Okay? And then when we get to the end of the line and we see the ones that start high and go low and come back up, here's what it should sound like. Okay? So here we go. This is line 7, along with me. 1, 2, line 7, 2, and ready. Okay, low, high, low. Now high, low, high. One more time, high, low, high. Good. Okay, and now we're going to do line 7 one more time. More of these shapes, rainbows and smiley faces, right? And unicorns and glitter and all the fun things, okay? Rainbows first, then smiley faces. Here we go. 1 and 2, line 7, 2, and ready. 2, 3. 3, 4. 2, 3. Good, and that's line 7. Line 8, same 2 ideas. We're doing rainbows, so low, high to low, and smiley faces, high, low to high, except that this time we're going to go back and forth and do them one right after the other. Okay, so this is line 8, and remembering when we start low, we're starting with an open jaw and the tongue low, raise and lower. And when we start high, we're starting with a slightly more closed jaw. Your teeth should still not be touching, but we're going to start slightly closer together with your tongue higher and then go down and come back up. All right, so here we go. This is line 8. 1, 2, line 8, 2, and ready. 2, 3. Low, high, low. Now high, low, high. 2, 3. Okay, good. So again, it's really important to keep the mouthpiece on your face for the whole line so you're not constantly readjusting. All right, let's do line 8 one more time, and we will be done. 1 and 2 and 1, 2, ready. 3, 4. Low, high, low. And then high, low, high. And we're done. Good job. Make sure you're doing this every day and getting better.